You are tuned in to your dose of positivity. I am Marlene Motivates, and as I always say, just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it, and be it, and live your best life.
And to gain further support, join my channel membership. Hey everyone, I am Marlene of Marlene Motivates, and welcome to your dose of positivity. I am your channel for all things positive, motivational, self-improvement. So if you are new here, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and join my channel membership to gain member-only perks as in the after show. So welcome everybody. How is everyone doing? I hope you all are well. Happy Thursday to everyone. I'm going to see who is in the comment section. How are you all doing? Hey, Anne Marie. Welcome. How are you doing, sis? Good to see you. Hey, Puzzle Pieces. How are you? Welcome. Got a member in the house. Also, loving me, Tracy Anderson. How are you doing, Tracy? Appreciate you being here. Hi, Jill's Comfort Zone. I think this is your first time here. If so, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Happy Thursday. How are you doing? Hey, Word. How are you doing? Got a member and a mod in the house. Let's see who else I missed. Hey, Cola. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to all my members. Shout out to all my moderators. Appreciate each and every one of you. So everybody, today we will be talking on this topic right here about ignoring problems, okay? Ignoring a problem won't solve it. I can say that with full assurity because there's a lot of things in our life, and I do think it does go back to childhood, that we think that we can just put something on the shelf or push it to the back or ignore it, thinking that, yeah, in ignoring it, it's like it's not happening. Just like it's not an elephant in the room, just like it's not a problem when it is a major problem. So, ignoring a problem doesn't solve it. Actually, it makes more problems. And our silence to things, or silence to things that we need to talk about, makes problems worse. It makes even more problems. It strains relationships. It does a lot of things. So as full grown and mature people, we are motivated over here, right? We are motivated and we each have a purpose. And because you know you have a purpose, you don't have time to waste acting immature, giving the silent treatment. No, we don't do that over here. No, we talk about our problems, we resolve things, and we find out if this is a person that we want to keep in our life, or is this someone that we need to discard. We just need to eliminate the relationship, close it off. That season is over. So we're going to be talking about some more of that today. Ignoring a problem won't solve it. So, the first point here, everybody, is ignoring a problem won't solve it because we need to get involved in healthy communication. Now, what is healthy communication? Healthy communication is when two people or a group have an exchange of something and they talk about an issue, a problem, something that is going on, and the other one listens. See, we have to learn to have that type of communication. And I understand that not everybody knows how to communicate properly or effectively, but it's something that we have to continue to work on. We have to break those barriers, break the chains from generations and cycles of families and children and relationships by not communicating, not talking about things, ignoring situations until it blows up in our face. Now, ignoring the problem is something maybe it has happened to you with your relatives. Maybe it has happened in one of your romantic relationships. Maybe it's an issue amongst your friends, but somebody has to be the person to speak up and say, I'm not going to ignore this. This is a problem. We need to communicate. We need to talk. That is maturity. That's calling things out and not allowing more problems to fester. And it also brings about more stress. So, to all you motivators, have that healthy communication with whoever you need to, because that's what grown people do. That's what mature people do. That's what people who want to grow as a person and a human being. We don't talk down to people. We don't throw out things out in the atmosphere like, oh, you're stupid and things like that. No, that's things in the past. On today, motivators, we're going to look at people in the face. We're going to set those boundaries. This is my turn to talk. And after that, then I will hear what you have to say. We're not doing the things, we're not talking over one another. We're not saying things that are mean spirited. No, we're not doing any of that. We're not doing any mind games, because that's not what we do as mature, motivated people. People who know their power and know their worth. Yes, I say to each and every one of you motivators, know your power, know your worth, know what you're about, know how important you are. And when you know how important you are, you're willing to listen to the other. You're willing to communicate. And I understand that not everybody in our life is willing to communicate effectively. It's something that you have to do that with the people who are willing, capable, and deserving of it. Yeah, there's some people in our life that is not worth having that communication with, because they won't change, because they're manipulative. Sometimes they have some mental illness. It's a lot of things that can be happening with other people that are in our life. But we, as mature, uh, good communicators, who are willing to focus on the problem. I'm not going to make problems like maybe my parents or other people in my life. No, I'm not going to be irrational, play mind games, hold things in until I explode. That's not healthy motivators. We're not going to do that. We're not going to ignore the problem because it will not solve it. So let's go back to the chat and see what I missed here in the comment section. Okay, okay, okay. Goddess of Love, how are you doing? Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Got a member in the house. And of course, you members know that after this show, we're doing the after show, and the link is pinned on the community tab, okay? So thank you all so much for being here. Kerr Phenomenal Motivation, how are you doing? Welcome. Yes, I'm so glad you're here, Jill's Comfort Zone. Everybody, welcome in Jill. I really would appreciate it. Hey, Boss Life Online, how are you? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And shout out to everybody. Yes, ignoring a problem won't solve it. It can cause a person to have anxiety. And that part, see, we can be doing needless things. We can be causing pain, hurt, stress, anxiety to another person. And we may not always know that we are doing that to another person because let's just be honest that a lot of times we are just being a selfish person. We just think that how we communicate, what we can deal with, what we can cope with, another person can as well. That's why it's important to communicate when someone is making you feel uncomfortable or someone is not giving you the things that you need. We each need to set healthy boundaries in a non-threatening way. You know, when the two people are alone, say, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And in a calm manner, tell somebody how you feel. See, we have to tell people about our emotions. We have to communicate. We can't bottle things in. We can't think people can read our mind. No, we don't do that. We don't play mind games. We are grown, right? We are grown, right, motivators? So, with being grown, it means that we're going to be accountable. We're going to be strong. We're going to communicate. We're going to set healthy boundaries and we're going to enforce it. See, we're not just going to say just anything. We're going to say what we need to say because we deserve it, because we love ourselves, right? Hey, James Money, how are you doing? Thank you so much for the like. I really appreciate it. Yes, I think everybody is puzzle pieces. Every single person is guilty of having poor communication skills or passing judgments on other people or doing something. I'm making sure that I sort through my thoughts before I speak. Everyone has to get the message differently, depending on who they are. I'm very straightforward working on that. Right. And everybody has, nobody is perfect. Every single person has flaws. But also with that, we cannot railroad people. We can't make people feel bad. We can't just say anything and then tell people that they're sensitive. We can't use we're being rude as I'm just blunt or this is just the way that I am. Just because we have been doing something for a long time, motivators, does not make it right. So we're working on ourselves. And I'm so proud of each and every one of you that you are working on yourself and you're developing healthy life skills. Even if it's something that did not happen in your home growing up as a child, in your childhood, in your teen years, in your previous relationships, in your romantic relationship, it must start with you. We can't ignore a problem because it will not solve it. It will make more problems. So that was point number one. We're going to have healthy communication motivators. On to point number two. On confronting the issue, person, and the problem. That is so important. When something is bothering us, don't bottle it in. Don't think somebody knows what we're thinking and feeling. Don't think because we've known people for years that they automatically know what they are doing. They may not. Maybe sometimes they do, but You have to say it out of your mouth. You have to communicate with another person and say, when you do this, this is how you make me feel. After that, then the person cannot say, you never told me, okay? We have to confront the issue. We can't just close our mouth. We can't just ignore problems. We can't just ignore people. If there's an issue, as a motivated, as a strong person, as a person who loves themselves, we must tell others how we feel. This is the way that you're treating me right now. You're not respecting my boundaries. You when you talk like that, you're talking loudly and it makes me feel intimidated, uncomfortable. Whatever it is, speak it and say it, motivators, so that another person can be cognizant of what they are doing and make changes. Because a lot of times we don't make changes in our life because nobody checks you. So let's confront the issue and the problem and make some changes and do what we need to do, okay? And now we're on to the last point, and I'm putting the link in the chat here for my guest co-host to come up. Okay. So don't procrastinate. I feel like this is the biggest of all of the 4 points. We have to learn to not procrastinate. If there's something that we need to do, if there's something that we need to focus on, we need to take care of it. And we keep saying, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll talk about them later. I'll forgive them in a little bit. I'm justified in being angry, all of which are true. You can be justified if somebody does something to hurt you or harm you, manipulate you. You have the right to be upset, okay? You have the right to be upset, but also so that the other person that you're talking to can grow as a person, so that they can also communicate, so that they can learn. We have to tell somebody else how we feel. Okay, so don't procrastinate. Let's not do that. Let's not treat each other like little kids. We're going to say what we need to say to the other person that we're talking to. So let's welcome Puzzle Pieces to the show.
Hi, Marlene.
Hi, how are you doing? Welcome.
Thank you. Hi, chat.
Yeah.
A very important topic today. And for me, especially, I wanted to say that to you because that is the biggest issue I have. I've been working on it for a very long time, though. But communicating my needs, my wants, and sometimes confronting people is, I think, my biggest issue. I don't like it. So what I do is I ignore it. Like you said earlier, that big elephant in the room. I feed it
Yeah.
instead of confronting it.
Yeah. But you know what I believe it is, Nexi, is that when something makes us feel uncomfortable, we rather ignore it because we don't want to hurt other people's feelings, because it just shows that we're a kind person. Or it also could be that you really don't want to make the other person feel uncomfortable, or you really don't think that the person that you're going to say this to, the person you're communicating, will make any changes. So sometimes it's like it's not even worth it because they're not going to change. They won't do anything. That even though that may be true, not telling somebody will also cause them to stop their personal growth. And that was a new thought for me when I was going through therapy. That you're not giving another person an opportunity to make changes.
That actually, that's very true. That's very true. And like I said, I'm working on it. I'm getting a lot. No, not a lot. I'm getting a little bit better on trying to um, talk to whoever I have, you know, uh, something to say to, trying to go down to where this person's level is at the moment so that they can understand, where I'm coming from. Now, for me, because I didn't grow up in a, I guess, in a family where you were able to say, you're hurting me, or you're bothering me, or what you're saying or how you're behaving is not right, because you had to respect your elders, right? Because that's
Right.
the biggest problem I have, is that a lot of the people that are older than me behave a certain way, but because I wasn't brought up, not confronting them, but bringing that up and saying, hey, 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 not because you're older, it's okay for you to behave a certain way. So I'm trying to work on how I can approach and deliver the message I want to deliver without stepping on anybody's toes, I guess.
Yeah, and I feel like that's key too. And I think most of us have had that issue confronting somebody who is maybe older than us. It could be a parent, a relative. But, for me, I found that, going over it inside my head, like having a pep talk with myself, like what I'm gonna say, and then say, this is something that I've been thinking about, and I have to let you know how the way that you're talking to me, or whatever it is, that what you're doing, how this makes me feel. And I know that you're older than me, but in order for me to continue to respect you, I have to say this. And then I say what I have to say. And if a person is mad, or they get mad, they blow things out of proportion, that's not my issue and problem. But we can't just let people keep doing things to hurt us, and then when we after we tell them and they keep doing it, they can't say that they don't know. I don't know why they're ignoring me. I don't know why this or that. Because when you told them this, and you always preface it by saying, and if you continue to treat me this way, now I'm going to give you the silent treatment. Now I'm going to ghost you, because I don't deserve that. So that's how you do things healthy, not just ignore the whole time, but you have to confront an issue, the person, or the problem.
Keyword right there, healthy.
Yes.
That is the um, like I ignore a lot of things. I'm not gonna say I used to, because I still do it to this day. Like, I will
Mhm.
let it pass. I'll ignore. Um, if I have something to say to someone, and sometimes I'm guilty of doing it with my kids as well. You know, but I'm learning to say it at the moment I have the problem with, not allowing it to,
To
go on, go on, go on. No, now I'm learning to say, you know what, whoa, 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 wait a minute. No, now this is getting out of hand, or, you know,
right.
um, because I noticed that I was putting it. I'll address it later. It's okay.
Mhm.
I'm gonna deal with it later when I have time. But that later never comes. So the
Mhm.
problem becomes bigger, 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 and by the time you want to address it, you just offload everything that you have had,
Yeah.
held inside. So
Right.
now I'm learning to, the moment it happens, right? Calm down,
Mhm.
focus, and then address it right away.
Right, exactly. And I'm so glad that you said that. We're going to go right back to it, but I have to acknowledge the new member. Welcome to membership, Eastad. Thank you so much. Yes, and we're back. So, welcome to Membership Estat. And back to what you were just saying, Nexi. It's so important to talk about healthy communication, because for many of us, there was no healthy communication. A lot of us grew up in a toxic environment, or you got involved in toxic friendships, toxic workplace. So, it's something that we do have to learn, about boundaries, and when somebody's tone is not appropriate for you. It doesn't mean for them. It doesn't matter if they like it, but if somebody is talking to you either too loudly, or or trying to talk down to you, making you feel inferior, you have to confront that. You have to say, "Can you please lower your tone when you're talking to me?" Or the way that you're talking to me is making me feel uncomfortable. That's so important to tell people. Your tone is too loud. You're making me uncomfortable, or I don't like it. That's healthy communication.
Exactly. That, and a lot of time, even if you have, the ability to do that, Marlene, which is what you just said, to have that healthy communication, sometimes the person you're addressing, right, or the person you're having the issue with, or the group of people are not there. So sometimes, even if you're ready to go there and talk to them, whatever, because they're so unhealthy, they're not used to people, they're probably not used to being told what they're
What?
doing wrong.
Right.
Sometimes that stops you too, because it's happened to me. When I'm ready,
Right.
yes, I'm gonna do this, and then everybody starts going crazy, attacking, and I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not doing it. Then I'm not gonna say anything. Next time. Next
Right.
time.
Right. All one of the things that I had a really amazing therapist, and she told me something. Sometimes it's not even saying the words, but it's acknowledging when you don't like something. And she said that you can check somebody without even saying a word. Just look at them and go, mm-mm, don't, and just say, don't do that to me, or don't talk to me like that. And that's all you have to do. It's simple, not even getting into all of these issues, but just a simple like, no, no, do not do that to me. Don't talk to me. And you've checked them, you've handled the issue. Mhm.
Yes, you do. I think I'm there with a couple of people already. So where I just look and say, but we have
Yeah.
already, we already there. We have already worked out the problem. And the I think the place that right now probably I'm having the biggest issue at is at work. You
Okay.
know, that's where I'm having the biggest issue, because um, some people are just not, they're
Right.
not, I don't know, they're not
Not
willing
there.
to, yeah, they're not willing to listen to what you're trying to tell them, or how you're trying to, you know, um, address certain issues at work. So that's what I'm having, the biggest problem right now. And I know I have to address it, and I have let it go for almost 2 years, which is what I'm saying. I'm learning to say, no, I have to do it now, or this is going to go on for another two.
Mm,
So I'm,
yeah.
I'm working on it.
I
I'm
know.
working on
I
it.
know. I know. As long as you're working on something, everybody moves at their own pace, and you have to do things at a level that makes you feel uncomfortable. But this is just a gentle nudge to everybody, to all you motivators. Have that conversation, confront, and this is the final part, to not procrastinate. Don't procrastinate on having those conversations, on telling people you make me feel uncomfortable, or letting people know, like, these are my boundaries. And when you step outside the boundaries, every time I'm going to let you know. So don't procrastinate and it also shows that you respect yourself. Yeah, all of that too.
Exactly. Exactly. I think that's the biggest plus of addressing the issue and not just sweeping it under the rug, is that you show them that you have enough respect for yourself, right? And in a way for them, because you're addressing it. Now, the deliverance sometimes it's
Yeah.
not the right one, which is why sometimes we have to stop and think, right? But yeah, showing them that hey, there's a problem, and you have to respect how I feel, because I'm respecting you enough to say that there is a problem, right, Marlena? I'm not sure if I'm.
Exactly. You're right. You're right on point, and you're right at the point where we're going to stop this conversation, and we're going to head over to the after show for members only. This has been amazing. Thank you so much to Nexi and to everybody who came over. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And the members, let's go to the after show and continue this conversation. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.